Hey, welcome to Translation Tuesday. My name's Michelle from thesoultranslator.com, and I work with empaths and spiritual entrepreneurs to help them connect and properly protect and also express their energy and soul's genius in life and in business. So today we are going to be talking about your superpower. So I went to, along with millions others, to the amazing movie, new one, the Wonder Woman movie. And it was just freaking awesome. It was really like the story. There's a female director did it, which was wonderful. And also, I've also watched some interviews with her, and she was like, I don't really want to be into the female director category. I really actually just want to be a good director. But the story is amazing. It's so well done. And I also learned, here's an interesting fact about the whole Wonder Woman archetype. The original cartoon story written by Marvel back in like 76 or 78 years ago, the truth of who Wonder Woman really is comes out in this movie, and it's this gorgeous archetype of who she actually is. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to. That would be a bummer for those of people who haven't seen it. But it took basically whatever 3/4 of a century for the truth of how she was the story was originally written. And it really made me think about the work that I do with empaths and with spiritual entrepreneurs around this whole thing of our soul's genius and our superpower. And discovering our superpower is so crucial to our sense of purpose, to our sense of meaning, all of those wonderful things that make us light up and feel really alive and doing our biz and doing our work in the world. And I know that not everybody necessarily needs to have this very purpose-driven life. But I do believe that it is kind of in our genes and our DNA, blood and bones. There's this drive to know what our purpose is. And some people dedicate their lives to really exploring that, and other people, they're just, kind of coasting. But no matter what, we're all here on some sort of journey, whether it's a conscious one or an unconscious one. And I love this movie because the character of Wonder Woman doesn't know truly her origins or her... She doesn't know what her superpower is. And I thought about how, empaths, as I really like to say over and over, that our sensitivities actually are our strength. And a lot of empaths don't know what that strength is because whatever their sensitivity is, it's been put down as something too sensitive or something that is not necessarily needed in the world because it doesn't quite fit in to the regular way that everybody else does things. And, it really felt to me watching this, it boosted up that warrior in me where it's like even more like, wait a second, our beautiful superpower of our sensitivity is so needed and so essential to our lives and to others as well. So discovering your superpower, this is the first. I'm going to do 3 Ds here, 3 tips. Discovering what your superpower is actually, I believe, easier than it sounds. And yes, there are things that we have to go through and a lot of crap and a lot of trials and tribulations, just like the Shiro's journey or the hero's journey, that we have to go through a process of getting to know ourselves. But when it actually comes to your superpower and knowing what that is, I want to offer a way for you to look at it. So there's this, besides for all the different ways and the different types of empaths and intuitives, there's these 3 main channels that all of us learn through and express through. And we all have our primary one and also our kind of fallback secondary one. And it has to do with your senses. So there's the visual, the auditory, and the kinesthetic. Now, if you tend to be more of a visual, if that is more of your superpower, you might be drawn towards doing creative work. You may be drawn towards doing, like interior design. You may be more of an artist. You may love creating beautiful things in the world. And you also may be a wonderful, shall we say, imaginative storyteller, because you can visualize the whole story in your mind. Now, that is a wonderful superpower. So maybe if you feel like you are more visually oriented, it could very well be that your superpower or your purpose has to do with expressing something that is more of the visual arts or of the creative arts. If you're auditory, you're more into sound and hearing. You may be more sensitive to sounds and hearing. So possibly something for you would be music, would be speaking, public speaking, teaching, academics, anything that has to do with that kind of auditory exchange of information. So, and then if you're kinesthetic, you possibly could be an athlete or somebody who likes to take people off on adventures or a massage therapist, or you like to physically build things, or you are an architect and you like to put everything together, and so then you see this physical manifestation of what you have built. These are 3 easy ways for you to question more and inquire about what could be your superpower. Now, of course, there's a whole level of superpowers for empaths and sensitives and intuitives that's different from this. But I'm inviting you to look at these 3 areas of, are you more visually, auditorily, or kinesthetically inclined? And there's a very good chance that whatever that natural energy expression for you, or how you relate to the world and how you express yourself, is probably connected to your purpose. Okay? So the next thing is defining why this matters. And this is like taking the senses level of the visual, auditory, and kinesthetic and going one level deeper in it. This is finding your why. So if you're a visual person, say you're a home decorator, and you say, well, yeah, I love creating spaces. I love doing the aesthetics of things. And so asking yourself, why does that matter? Going one level deeper with that and going, maybe it's because you want to create sanctuary or safe places. You have a drive for people to be able to totally let go of the masks or the kind of persona that they have to have in the world for their job or whatever, and that they can come home to themselves and fully relax. And that's the service that you provide, because you're beautiful at creating aesthetically and sensually pleasing places. So going underneath and looking at that, defining underneath the why it matters to you, can get you that much closer to that expression of your purpose. Then the last one is deciding how to apply it. So once you've discovered it, and you look to see what you feel naturally drawn towards in the V and the A and the K, then you look at, why does this matter to you? And then you can look at the options of deciding how you're going to apply it. So for instance, if you feel like you are more auditory oriented, and you like to listen to things, and then you realize underneath that, you go, I really like to listen to things because communication is really important to me, and I want people to hear each other. Then there may be this possibility that maybe becoming a mediator, how you can apply that natural channel of yours is looking at, maybe being a mediator. Maybe spoken word is something that really feels like it lights your soul up. Maybe singing, something auditory, that being a musician and an artist and a storyteller through your song. So these are 3 ways for you to be able to dig a little deeper into what your personal superpower can be. So discovering your superpower, defining why it matters to you, getting underneath the besides for what it is, why does it matter? And then deciding how to apply it, looking at, I know this about myself, I know this about myself, so where do I really feel like my body, my energy, everything just lights up and gets really energized when you think about possibilities of things that you can do that is aligned with your natural expression. All right, so there we go. That is our Translation Tuesday. And if you want to connect some more, please do come over to thesoultranslator.com. There is a quiz. There's different ways for you to get some PDFs and meditations and all sorts of free downloadables. And I also have a course called The 7 Ways to Balance and Boost Your Energetic Self-Care that is available for a limited and short time with a sale price. So please do grab that while you can, and I will see you very soon. Take great care. Bye.